Hi guys, welcome back to Money Monday. So yesterday I was having a conversation with a really good friend of mine, and I was sharing with him that one of my biggest financial goals that I'm most passionate about is paying off my mortgage as quickly as possible, ideally having the whole mortgage paid off in less than 10 years. Now, whilst he thought that was a really admirable goal to have, he actually thought it was quite ridiculous and told me that it was completely unachievable and totally unrealistic. However, to be honest, I actually felt quite sorry for him because I realized he doesn't know that the potential that exists within him to achieve amazing financial goals when you put your head, heart, and mind to it. So I want to share with you and my special friend things that you can do today that will help pay off your mortgage so much faster and save you tens of thousands of dollars, if not even hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest, and help you create that financial freedom a lot sooner. So here are my top 10 tips as to how to pay off your mortgage as quickly as possible. Tip number 1 is to keep it simple. Often when we take out new loans, the banks are really keen to sell us all these bells and whistles such as credit cards and line of credits, and often these things come with expensive fees that can really eat into our budgets. But actually what I don't like about these things is they can often be distracting, create a false sense of security, especially when you see all this money sitting in your line of credit but don't realize you've actually got to pay your home loan off. And they also really slow you down in your ability to pay off your mortgage as fast as possible. So my advice is have a very simple home loan, principal and interest, and focus all your energy on paying that loan down as quickly as possible. And of course, follow on with the next steps. Tip number 2 is to regularly check your mortgage and stay informed. Now, in the first year of taking a mortgage, most of your mortgage repayments are serving pretty much 90% of the interest repayment. You'll barely see any reduction in the principal loan. Now, this can be quite depressing, but what I recommend you do, because energy flows where attention goes, every time you pay your mortgage, log into your internet banking, have a look at how much of the loan has actually reduced. Each month, you will see that each repayment is servicing less of the interest and more of the loan reduction. Now, this is when you can get excited because you know from this point onwards, your loan is going down and your loan is getting smaller, which means it's easier and quicker to pay it off. Tip number 3 is to find small but regular increases in your mortgage repayments. Never underestimate the power of small extra repayments over the long run. For example, if I take a $400,000 mortgage with an average interest rate of 6.5%, I pay the minimum mortgage repayments over a 30-year term, but then I increase my mortgage repayments by $50 per week, which is, say, the cost of lunch every day at work, I will save over $120,000 in interest over the life of the loan, and I will pay off my home loan 6 years earlier. So you're probably wondering, that's great, Canna, but where am I going to find an extra $50 per week to increase my mortgage repayments? Well, actually, there are lots of things you can do. You could go through your budget, look at reducing things temporarily or cutting things down or completely cutting them out to find that extra $50 per week. You could also take any potential upcoming pay rises with the after-tax difference and increase your mortgage repayments by that or even more. You could even look for some extra work, maybe on the weekend. You could also follow along with the $1,000 project and see all the weird and wonderful things that I'm doing to help come up with extra cash. And finally, you could just occasionally exercise some self-control or willpower and simply say no to buying a few things here or there or going to a few things here or there that could be quite expensive. Those little things really do add up across a period of a year. Tip number 4 is to try and pay any lump sum cash amounts onto the mortgage. Now, if I was to take that same loan for $400,000 with an average interest rate of 6.5% over a 30-year term, and I put, say, $10,000 as a lump sum towards that home loan within the first 3 years, I would save over $44,000 in interest and pay off my home loan 1 year and 9 months sooner. So again, you're probably wondering, where would I come up with an extra $10,000 magically out of thin air to pay as a lump sum towards my mortgage? Well, I accept no excuses. As I said, you can follow along with the $1,000 project because I managed to come up with $32,000 over a 12-month period, so imagine what you could do. But again, there are the same things. You could get a tax refund, you could get a commission check or even a bonus, you could sell a few things, you could get an extra part-time job or take on some extra projects at work. Again, the sky's the limit, and what you put in, you will get out. Number 5 is to maintain mortgage repayments. Now, this is in particular reference to when interest rates are going down. no matter how tempting or no matter how much pressure or encouragement the bank tries to take for you to reduce your mortgage repayments, don't. It's a trap. It will delay you paying off your mortgage and you'll end up paying a lot more money in interest. Trust me. When interest rates are going down, don't fall into the trap. Make sure you maintain your mortgage repayments so that you are actually servicing and reducing more of the mortgage principal and paying a lot less interest to the bank as a consequence. Number 6 is start today. The sooner you start tackling paying down that mortgage, the better. The earlier you start paying extra payments, making lump sums, channeling all your energy into paying off that home loan as quickly as possible, the bigger the impact you're going to have. In that example where I make an extra $50 per week in mortgage repayments on that $400,000 loan, if I was to delay that process and start making those extra repayments in, say, year 8, with the $50 per week, my ability to reduce that loan isn't quite as dramatic. It's still great, don't get me wrong, but it would mean that I only saved $56,000 in interest and I only saved 3 years and 5 months off my home loan. It's never too late to start paying off debt, but this is just something to take in mind if you've just recently taken out a new home loan. So do not delay in paying off your home loan. Tip number 7 is to try and pay your mortgage on a fortnightly basis instead of a monthly basis. Now, very simple maths behind this. Because there's 26 fortnights per year and only 12 months per year, you actually manage to sneak in an extra repayment per calendar year. So that will actually help in reducing that principal, which means you're paying a lot less interest, which means you're paying more of the principal off, and it's reverse compounding interest. Working for you. Now, for some people on a really tight budget, this can be a little bit challenging with managing your cash flow. So if this isn't possible, that's okay, don't fret. Just make sure you pay your mortgage repayment the moment you get paid so it's up the top of the list of priorities of expenses. Tip number 8 is shop around. The difference in an interest rate of, say, 0.5% doesn't really sound like much of a savings, especially over a 30-year loan, but that couldn't be further from the truth. On that $400,000 loan, the difference between paying an interest rate of, say, 6% versus 6.5% means you save about $47,000 in interest. Now, I don't know about you, but I would much prefer that $47,000 paid off my mortgage than in the bank's pockets. No offense to the banks. However, one very important note with refinancing. If you do decide to shop around, do not restart your mortgage term. For example, say you're 7 years through a 30-year home loan and you decide to refinance with another bank because they've got a much better interest rate. Do not go with the bank's new 30-year term. That means you are restarting the whole journey of paying off your home loan. Insist that you go to a 25-year home loan period or a 23-year home loan period, or even sooner if you can manage the mortgage repayments, because you want to make sure you're not delaying the process of making that final magical mortgage repayment moment where you see your mortgage drop to the magic number of 0. Tip number 9 is to use offset facilities and redraw facilities to park any spare savings that you might have. This will mean that you are able to save interest off your home loan in the meantime, because your repayment will be reducing more of the home loan rather than just servicing the interest, because the interest will be less. And tip number 10 is to understand why it is so important to pay off your home loan and then to make it your number 1 financial goal. When you have no mortgage, it means you can potentially retire a lot sooner because your cash flow does not require servicing a whopping great big stressful mortgage. It means that you can take a career path. It means you can help more family and friends around you. It means you can give more to charity. It means you can go on more regular holidays and buy more nice things. Most importantly, it gives you more time and more financial freedom. So if you have a home loan and paying off your mortgage wasn't one of your financial goals, make sure that you make it today, and make sure you take the right steps and the right actions today to start paying it down and get excited about it getting smaller and smaller and more manageable. You will feel the benefits of less financial stress on your shoulders, I promise. And to my very special friend, I hope you now realize that you too can also pay off your home loan in less than 10 years. And you are very lucky to have such a good friend that is a financial planner and is going to show you exactly how. Now, on that note, if anyone is interested in having a Skype consultation with me where they discuss their financial goals, head over to the Sugar Mama website and you can book online. Now, this week I've set myself a bit of a cheeky challenge. I'm going to see if I can raise $1,000 in less than 7 days. So to try and do this, I have gone a little bit crazy and I'm selling a whole pile of stuff on eBay. So I'm going to put in the description box below my eBay account and you can see if I can actually achieve this challenge or not. Fingers crossed someone wants to buy my stuff. Anyway, if you're interested in setting yourself your own challenge for this next 7 days, let me know how you go. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe. And this week's Lifestyle Love video is another fashion capsule wardrobe video, and I cannot wait to share it with you. I hope that you're having a great start to the week, and I will see you on Thursday evening for Lifestyle Love. Ciao for now. Bye.